Most PR agencies only show you their biggest wins and never mention their failures. That's doing you a disservice because understanding what makes campaigns fail is often more valuable than celebrating successes. In the next 9 minutes, I'll walk you through 3 real case studies showing exactly how unknown founders become industry authorities, how strategic PR drives measurable revenue, and why one startup's PR campaign directly led to their Series A funding. But I'll also reveal the campaigns that failed and why, because those lessons could save your business from expensive mistakes. Let's start with case study number 1. Unknown founder to industry authority. Our client was a cybersecurity consultant with excellent technical skills but zero market recognition. No media coverage, no speaking engagements, no industry visibility. 18 months later, he was quoted in Wall Street Journal, featured on CNBC, and speaking at major conferences with a waiting list of enterprise clients. Timeline and investment details. $8,000 monthly retainer for 18 months, totaling $144,000 investment. The strategy focused on thought leadership positioning rather than company promotion, building personal brand authority that translated into business opportunities. Month 1 to 3 foundation building included comprehensive messaging development, journalist relationship initiation, and initial trade publication outreach. Results: 4 industry publication features and basic credibility establishment. Month 4 to 6 momentum building delivered Tier 2 publication placements and podcast interview opportunities. Results: 12 media placements including Security Magazine and dark reading features, plus 6 podcast appearances. Month 7 to 12 authority establishment achieved Tier 1 coverage and speaking opportunities. Results: Wall Street Journal cybersecurity feature, CNBC interview during major breach coverage, Forbes contributor opportunity, and 3 major conference speaking invitations. Month 13 to 18 industry recognition created sustainable competitive advantages. Results: recognized as top 10 cybersecurity thought leaders by industry publication, regular media source for breaking security news, and 340% increase in enterprise client inquiries. Business impact measurement showed $2.8 million in new business directly attributable to thought leadership positioning. Average client value increased from $25,000 to $85,000 as enterprise prospects perceived him as premium expert rather than consultant commodity. The transformation occurred because we positioned technical expertise through business media rather than just industry trades. This approach attracted C-level prospects who make budget decisions rather than technical staff who evaluate solutions. Case study number 2. Product launch that dominated media coverage demonstrates how strategic PR drives measurable revenue impact. The client launched an innovative healthcare technology with zero brand recognition, competing against established players with massive marketing budgets. Multi-channel strategy included business publication coverage for investor credibility, healthcare trade features for industry validation, local media for community impact, podcast appearances for thought leadership, and social media amplification for sustained momentum. Pre-launch foundation, month 1 and 2, involved journalist relationship building and story angle development. We positioned the launch as solving critical healthcare problems rather than promoting new technology. Launch execution, month 3 to 4, delivered coordinated coverage across 23 publications including Forbes, Modern Healthcare, and Becker's Hospital Review. The strategic timing created market saturation that competitors couldn't counter. Post-launch amplification, month 5 and 6, leveraged initial coverage to secure additional features, speaking opportunities, and partnership discussions. Media coverage became sales tools that accelerated customer acquisition. Revenue impact measurement showed direct correlation between media coverage and business results. Website traffic increased 850% during the launch period. Sales inquiries jumped from 12 monthly to 89 monthly. Most importantly, sales cycles duration decreased from 8 months to 4 months because prospect arrived pre-educated about company credibility. The 12-month results included $4.2 million in new business, 67% increase in average deal size due to premium positioning, strategic partnership with major healthcare systems that referenced media coverage as decision factors, and Series A funding conversations initiated by investors who discovered the company through business media. The success factors were strategic timing around healthcare industry developments, comprehensive coverage across relevant audience segments, and consistent message reinforcement through multiple channels and sustained amplification that extended launch impact beyond initial coverage period. Case study number 3. Startup secures funding after strategic PR shows how media coverage directly impacts fundraising success. The client was a fintech startup with solid technology but struggling to attract investor attention in a crowded market. The financing challenge involved limited investor network access, lack of market credibility proof, competitive differentiation difficulties, and timing pressure from runway constraints. Traditional fundraising approaches weren't generating sufficient investor interest. Strategic PR approach focused on business publication coverage that investors actively monitor, thought leadership positioning on industry challenges, timing alignment with market trends, and credibility building through third-party validation. Coverage strategy included Forbes fintech features for investor visibility, American Banker thought leadership for industry credibility, TechCrunch product coverage for innovation positioning, and podcast appearances for founder profile building. Timeline and results. Month 1 and 2 initial coverage in trade publications established basic industry recognition. Month 3 and 4 Forbes and TechCrunch features created investor awareness. Month 5 and 6 sustained coverage built comprehensive market presence. Funding impact was measurable and direct. 3 investors specifically mentioned finding the company through media coverage. The Forbes feature generated 12 qualified investor inquiries. Media coverage provided social proof during due diligence that reduced investor risk perception. The final results exceeded expectations. $12 million Series A raise at 40% premium to initial valuation targets. Lead investor specifically cited media coverage as factor in investment decision. Media coverage continued supporting business development beyond fundraising. Long-term PR versus one-off campaigns comparison reveals why sustained investment delivers exponentially better results than sporadic publicity attempts. One-off campaign approach, $30,000 spent on single product launch campaign, results 8 media placements over 2 months, temporary website traffic spike, minimal sustained business impact, and no lasting market positioning changes. Strategic long-term approach, $30,000 spent over 6 months on sustained thought leadership building. Results, 24 media placements including Tier 1 features, established industry relationships, sustained business inquiry increases, and permanent market positioning improvements. 12-month comparison showed dramatic differences. One-off campaigns delivered temporary visibility with minimal business impact. Strategic sustained campaigns created permanent competitive advantages including journalist relationship development, industry authority recognition, sustained business development opportunities, and compound growth effects. ROI analysis proved a long-term strategic approach delivers 8 to 12 times better business results than equivalent spending on short-term campaigns. Relationship building and authority development require sustained investment to generate meaningful returns. Now let's address transparency about campaign failures, because understanding what makes campaigns fail prevents expensive mistakes. Not every PR campaign succeeds, and failure factors are often predictable and preventable. Wrong timing failures include launching during major news cycles that overshadow coverage, pitching seasonal stories outside relevant periods, targeting publications during editorial focus changes, and ignoring industry conference and event calendars. Wrong fit failures involve misaligned expertise positioning, unrealistic publication targeting, incompatible client-agency working styles, and insufficient budget for strategic objectives. Execution failures include poor client responsiveness to time-sensitive opportunities, inconsistent messaging across spokespeople, inadequate asset preparation, and unrealistic timeline expectations. Market factors beyond control include industry crisis that shifts media focus, major competitor announcements that dominate coverage, economic conditions affecting publication priorities, and journalist turnover that disrupts relationship building. The lessons learned from failures guide better campaign planning, including realistic timeline expectations, appropriate publication targeting, sufficient budget allocation for strategic objectives, and client preparation for required involvement levels. Campaign failure prevention involves thorough discovery to identify potential challenges, honest assessment of market timing, realistic goal setting based on industry benchmarks, and clear communication about client responsibilities and agency limitations. The most successful clients understand that PR success requires strategic patience, consistent investment, professional execution, and realistic expectation management. These factors separate transformational campaigns from disappointing publicity attempts. If you want the complete case study analysis with detailed ROI breakdowns, timeline frameworks, and failure prevention strategies, I've created a comprehensive free masterclass that reveals what separates successful PR campaigns from expensive mistakes. You'll get the campaign success checklist, the red flag identification guide, and the ROI measurement framework that proves PR business impact. Plus, I'll share the behind-the-scenes insights about why some campaigns exceed expectations while others disappoint. Click the link below to access the free masterclass and set your PR campaign up for success. And if these real results helped you understand what strategic PR can achieve, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more proven strategies and case study insights. The free masterclass link is in the description. I'll see you inside, where we dive deeper into building PR campaigns that deliver transformational business results, not just temporary publicity.